At first, I was kind of sketchy about talking to anybody, but then, you know, the way the social media has been and everything, I thought, you know, if I talk to the police and everything, maybe everything will cool down a little bit. Maybe they'll get closer to solving this case.
He gave us a couple of things that we can follow up on. There's a couple of things that we need to compare to the master timeline on this from all the witness statements. You know, we do get concerned with Mr. Reinwand because, again, he's not forthcoming. He'll be glad to tell you what he wants you to know, but he won't tell you the details of what he wants you to know. I know for a fact law enforcement has not asked him to be quiet. They have not put any restrictions on him. Nobody has put any restrictions on him. So, you know, that's a concerning statement for me. I think some of the motivation here is maybe he does want to get out ahead of it because I think everybody realizes that the light is at the end of the tunnel on this thing.
Do you think the public might be swayed after this?
Great question.
I personally don't think so. He's not really giving any details. He's not telling his story, really. He's concerned more about what social media is saying about him. When you asked if he knew who was behind this, he started talking about how he tries to help people. So it seems more of he's trying to improve his own image here and not really help in the investigation.
Philip, you told us last week your guys' goal is to nail down that timeline. Some moments, minute by minute, hour by hour. How is that coming? I mean,
we're getting there. Yeah, we're really getting there now at this point. We are able to, you know, we've expanded the 17 minutes, and I don't think it's out of bounds to talk about. We've now expanded the 17 minutes to 4 hours. So we're in that. We're in that process right now. We'll be leaving Idaho Falls here, heading north to finish up 2 or 3 interviews that we have to do today out there. That's going to nail down the timeline a little bit more. You know, we at first we thought we were looking at a 17-minute situation, but now, you know, through witness interviews and the countless recants and different stories and new stories, and you know, it's very frustrating for us, but so we've had to kind of set aside some of the investigation over here and stick with the first witness, first eyes, first-hand testimony. It's been very long, it's been arduous. As you can tell, we're all tired, and but we're getting there, and we'll get there. We have been able to establish a few more witnesses, but as we've talked about before, again, you know, people are scared because they feel like they're going to be lit up on social media. Excuse me, they're going to be lit up on social media, and it's been a horrific thing for some families and some people that have come forward and they're scared. But we're assuring them that they can come through anonymously. We're working with the families that are coming forward, especially up in DeOrr. You know, there's a lot of people real fearful of if they say something, you know, it might come back on them, not necessarily through an injury or somebody going after them. It's just simply that they'll be marked, wouldn't you say?
I mean, since the release yesterday, we've already had 5 tips come in, and you'd be surprised. I mean, even though to them it was something so small, actually has helped, and it, to us, helps us with our timeline, or information that we already have that can either verify or go against what we know. So,
and I think one of the things that we're trying to do is we're trying to assure the public that there are some real nitwits on Facebook. There are some real nitwits out there that think they're junior investigators. We've been able to establish some very solid, firm evidence, and you wouldn't see us come out and say the things we have, and you wouldn't see law enforcement come out and say the things they have if we weren't moving this case along pretty good at a pretty good clip now.
Will it be solved?
You know, I believe it will in one fashion or another. I believe DeOrr deserves a proper burial. If you were to ask me about percentages of what I thought if DeOrr was alive or dead, I'd say we're at 99.9% that I believe he's not here with us anymore. We'll be here in Idaho Falls all week. This is a great opportunity for the citizens of Idaho to see the public sector and the private sector work together as one team to bring a child home and to find out what happened. And, again, I can't talk enough about the two sheriffs, and I can't talk enough about the law enforcement officers that have been working all night long. And they're working all night long still, even today. There's a lot of us that are working, all night trying to figure this thing out and interviewing people and going over evidence and going over statements. And, just be well assured we're all working hard. And again, I urge people in social media not to listen to the nitwits, we call them. Don't listen to the nitwits. Just stay calm. Let us all do our jobs, and we'll see what we can come up with.